Meanwhile, the housing stalemate continues. It seems almost hard to get an answer on whether the Greens and Labor are going to have a meeting or when this might be happening exactly.
Yeah, no one's willing to say, neither the Housing Minister nor the Greens housing spokesman saying exactly what day of this week they're planning to meet to discuss this $10 billion housing fund. We have seen the next step, though, today towards triggering a double dissolution election. We saw in the House this morning the Housing Minister introduce this legislation for a second time. Now, I'm told that this won't go back to the Senate again until October, but then if we see the Greens and Coalition vote this down for a second time, that will be the trigger the Prime Minister needs to call a double dissolution election. Not to say that he's going to do it, but he wants that trigger in his back pocket just in case. As to the negotiations behind the scene, is the PM willing to compromise? Well, he made it clear on radio this morning that essentially the $2 billion that's been provided to the states in June for housing, that's the upper limit, that the states cannot actually, they're not able at the moment, given workforce shortages, to build any more homes. So any extra money won't actually build more homes. Have a look.
The Greens talk about figures and money like it's monopoly, like you can just promise an amount and something will happen. What we wanted to do was to make sure what's the maximum amount that the capacity is there with skill shortages, with supply chain issues in the economy. What's the most we could do?
Oh, I mean, the Greens have bent over backwards time and again and compromised time and again. Again, our ideal outcome in October when the bill comes on for a vote is to pass a plan that starts to tackle the scale of the housing crisis. That's what we're working towards.
So I wasn't expecting a monopoly reference from the Prime Minister this morning. He says the Greens are talking about money like it's monopoly time. I don't know about you. I always found monopoly a little boring as a game. It seemed to just drag on forever, much like these negotiations.
Great game.
No
what
way.
What a way. You're on a holiday. No, I just like to win.
Of course you do.
Always buy every property you land on is my advice on Monopoly.
Much like in life.